How's it going, everyone? Want to point your guys' attention to a free little game that you can download right now if you're hyped for Ghostwire Tokyo. This is something you'll definitely want to check out. We'll talk about this, and also want to give you guys a quick heads up on Young Souls, a narrative-driven beat-em-up RPG that will be dropping next week on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. But first of all, the Ghostwire Tokyo Twitter account noted this: join KK and his team of supernatural detectives in Ghostwire Tokyo Prelude, a free visual novel adventure available today on PS4 and PS5 and on PC March 8th. Build relationships with your team and piece together the case that leads to Ghostwire Tokyo launching on March 25th. Now, it's Ghostwire Tokyo Prelude, the corrupted case file, the start of a supernatural crisis. Play it first for free on PlayStation. Now, this is on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. The game itself is actually only available on PlayStation 5, so interesting how they're doing that. Probably makes sense. Why not put it on PS4? It's just a visual novel at the end of the day. Really liking the slick presentation that we do see in the brief trailer. Kind of gives me vibes of like those infamous comic book style cutscenes that we saw way back in the day. Definitely a little bit of a different look to it, but that's immediately what I thought of personally. It also, again, notes build relationships with your team and piece together the case that leads to Ghostwire Tokyo, so this is a prequel to the game that's dropping on March 25th or March 22nd if you do buy the Digital Deluxe Edition. The official overview directly from Bethesda about this Prelude notes dive deeper into the world of Ghostwire with the Ghostwire Tokyo Prelude. In this exciting visual novel adventure, players will join the mysterious KK and his team of supernatural detectives as they investigate an unusual disappearance. However, along their journey, they'll stumble upon something even more sinister. Players can choose different interaction with KK's associates to piece together their stories in Ghostwire's unique prequel. Ghostwire Tokyo is an action-adventure game that challenges players to master the powerful arts of ethereal weaving. The visitors who have invaded Tokyo, these supernatural entities roam the stunning world of Ghostwire, creating a stunning atmosphere that is a love letter for Tokyo, its curiosities, and secrets. Now, keep in mind, this is a free visual novel prequel. I'm going to be playing it tonight. Maybe if it has, some substance to it, I'll do a video on it and give you guys my thoughts on it. KK is obviously a very integral character within Ghostwire Tokyo as well, one of the main characters along with the main character himself, Akito. And the majority of information with Ghostwire Tokyo we got from that PlayStation Showcase event. It's about a 20-minute video that's up on PlayStation's official YouTube channel. If you don't know much about this game, I'm going to do a video on it pretty soon here in the next couple of days, but I would also highly recommend you to watch that video. It's about 10 minutes of gameplay, and then they have a sit-down with Shinji Mikami along with a bunch of the developers that worked on Ghostwire Tokyo, and they talk a little bit about design choices, sound direction, visual style, all those elements of the game that I found absolutely fascinating, and it gave you a little bit of insight on how this game is a little bit different than The Evil Within. Of course, Tango Gameworks, the studio behind the game, did The Evil Within, and that game was a linear horror game, and a lot of people thought going into Ghostwire Tokyo that it was going to be a horror game as well, straight horror, but no, it's more of an it's a first-person action game, more of a first-person action game with some horror elements attached to it, so you're getting something a little bit more different. And Evil Within, as I mentioned, more of a linear game. This is more of a sandbox. I don't want to say it's an open world game, but that's what it's looking like based on the gameplay that I saw. I don't want to say the word open world because they're saying sandbox, kind of the same thing. Very unique traversal mechanics with some grappling hook, grappling in the game as well, rooftop gameplay, everything like that. This game looks like, I don't want to say it's a sleeper hit because I feel like there's a healthy level of buzz around this game. But man, I'm really hoping this turns out well. You always want to see, new IPs do well, and hopefully this one does well. The only unfortunate thing is, Tango Gameworks, a Bethesda studio, Bethesda acquired by Microsoft. It probably means if we get a Ghostwire Tokyo 2, it's not going to be on PlayStation platforms, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but still definitely super, super excited for the game. Hoping for the best out of it when it does drop on March 25th, and it will be coming early access if you buy like the Digital Deluxe Edition on March 22nd. Always hate that, but hey, that's a route that a lot of games are going these days. And on top of that, again, this visual novel is a free download on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. It should be up right now, and PC, you'll be able to download it on there free via Steam and the Epic Games Store starting March the 8th. It is a visual novel, so this isn't going to be similar to the gameplay that you're actually going to see in Ghostwire Tokyo, so just keep that in mind. Very excited for Ghostwire Tokyo. This is a game that I've been building anticipation for. Initially, when it was announced, I was excited just seeing the game and the vibe of the trailer. Then I saw some gameplay and wasn't completely sold on it, but really looking at that PlayStation Showcase gameplay that we saw, man, the first-person gameplay, the different elemental abilities that you can use, and the variety in chaining all those elemental abilities, then the different weapons and the story and the setting of Tokyo, the visuals look great. Hoping for something good out of Ghostwire Tokyo. Always like to see new IPs jump out and come together, and Ghostwire Tokyo could be something pretty damn compelling if it does deliver, and it's more of an open-world sandbox-style game, comparatively speaking to what Tango Gameworks worked on in the past. The Evil Within was an incredibly linear game. Now we're getting something that is more of an open world. It's been described as a sandbox, so we'll see how they do relay that into the full game. I also do want to note Young Souls, a narrative-driven RPG beat-em-up title that's currently available for Stadia, been available on Stadia going back to August of last year, will be coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch on March the 10th. It's a gorgeous 2D brawler meets story-rich action RPG. Fight hordes of belligerent goblins, level up with hundreds of weapons and accessories, explore and journey between worlds as rebellious twins battle their way to save their foster father. The game has a very cool art style. Kind of reminds me of like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. That's like what I'm thinking when I see this game. But yeah, that'll be available March 10th. If you're a fan of beat-em-ups, definitely something to keep on your radar. It also does have cooperative play, so if you want a co-op beat-em-up, you're gonna have that as well. Interesting that it initially came out on Google Stadia, but nevertheless, it is finally making the transition to every other platform come March 10th. And that's going to do it for me. Again, Ghostwire Tokyo Prelude, a free visual novel, is available today, PS4 and PS5. Remember, it's a Bethesda-published title. Deal got worked out prior to the acquisition by Microsoft, so probably gonna be, the final Tango Gameworks title on PlayStation, at least for the foreseeable future. And Young Souls for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC drops on March 10th. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Let me know your anticipation level for Ghostwire Tokyo. Interested to hear what you guys think. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.